What is going on there, everyone? Well, the far left, never ceases to amaze me in their ignorance. Last night, Trump held a enormous rally in Minnesota with over, I want to say, 19,000 in attendance. That's awesome and pretty typical nowadays. Whenever Trump has a rally, it seems to be that he has a lot more support than the media would ever have led anybody to believe. But yeah, what we saw last night after the rally is what I want to talk about, because the rally itself was, a fairly typical Trump rally. A lot of good things mentioned, a lot of things I wish he particularly probably shouldn't have said, considering he's going to be on live television, and I know people are just going to, the naysayers, I don't personally care. It doesn't bother me. He speaks like anybody I know. But you're going to have some of them staunchy types that are whining about his language that he uses. But let's get into this a little bit. Trump protests in Minneapolis erupt in pepper spray. MAGA hat fires. Try to burn my hat. Hundreds of protesters outside President Trump's rally in Minneapolis Thursday night set fire to Make America Great Again hats and other memorabilia in effort to show their defiance to the current administration before police broke up the crowd, reports said. The reports were that multiple protesters were arrested. One report indicated that protesters threw urine. Well, I don't know what all they were throwing, but I was watching Fox News after the rally, and for quite some time, hour and a half, 2 hours after the rally, they were constantly throwing things at the cops. They were throwing things at the police horses. I mean, it was shenanigans. They were looking for a fight, is what they were trying to do. They were trying to push people into doing something stupid. But for the most part, it was still rather tame compared to some of the situations we've seen. Excuse me. Cell phone video posted by Star Tribune reporter Chow Zhang showed Trump supporters walking through a crowd of protesters outside the Target Center in Minneapolis, shouting, "Lock him up and shame on you." A reporter for the Washington Post posted a video on Twitter that appeared to show a protester punching a Trump supporter in the back of the head as he left the rally. The crowd can be heard shouting, "Nazi scum off our streets." The video shows a Trump supporter being followed by protesters before someone calls out, "There's a Nazi over here," prompting an attack. The apparent Trump supporter was also slapped and pushed before eventually running to safety. Good job, leftist. Trump didn't even need to really hold this rally. Because, I mean, he could have went in there and just talked about anything, and you would have proved a lot of his points about why no one should vote for the left. Good job, thank you. Your children. You are spoiled little bratty children. And that's, come on. Let's face it, that's what you are. That's what you act like. And if you're going to act like it, we're going to call it how we see it. Your children. This gives me pause and to think, this is why no one really likes to vote for young people. And every time we give a younger person a chance, AOC, look what they give us. Look what they do. Look what they call for. Maybe there is a reason why we vote for mainly old people. And maybe we should stick to that, because I'm just saying, from what I see, young people nowadays, especially in my generation and younger, can't seem to get their act together, mentally or any way else. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And trust me, people are watching. People are watching, and I love it. The Minneapolis Star Tribune reported that police deployed pepper spray. I actually did see police start using pepper spray, and I was happy to see it. I want to say someone might have actually tried to shoot pepper spray at them first, if my eyes weren't deceiving me. Because I could have swore I saw a cloud go towards the cops, and then I started seeing massive clouds going towards the crowd. But I could be wrong. I wasn't there. I was just going by video that I was seeing. Police officers on horseback and bicycles formed a protective line in front of the area, according to the Tribune, which they did. Officers with riot batons and shields also maneuvered through the crowds of protesters. The post captured video of one Hispanic family who wore pro-Trump clothing departing from the rally as one protester shouted, "He hates you." The mother repeated, "Mexicanos for Trump," as she left the scene. Well, God bless her. God bless her. See, we've been fed so much nonsense. And this goes mainly to anybody on the left who's watching or listening. You've been fed so much nonsense that you truly believe the stuff that the media is telling you. Trump doesn't hate Mexicans. Most Latino Americans fully know that. He's actually got a growing support base among Latinos. So he doesn't hate them people. They get, especially when it comes to the border wall, they understand why he wants that wall. He wants to block what they were fleeing from. Makes sense when you think about it, you know? These immigrants, because I'll call them immigrants because they're legit immigrants. They came here, they're legal, they vote, they do their part, they pay taxes. That's an immigrant. Love them. Love immigrants. But I don't like illegal immigrants, and I don't like drug smugglers and human traffickers either. So the wall, which a lot of Latino Americans are for, yeah, makes sense. But don't tell that to the American white liberal leftists, because they'll just call you a Nazi, a bigot, or a racist. It's funny how it works. It's funny. Let's not get into that, because I'll divulge into a 80-minute rant. Trump arrived in Minnesota as the polls showed American support for, rising support for impeachment. Democrats claimed he used his office to pressure Ukraine into investigating the Bidens for his political gain. Trump insists he was making sure that the country was doing its part to weed out corruption, which, if you go by the actual factual documents, that's what you will see clearly. No quid pro quo, none of that nonsense that they're trying to make up. And another question is, so because Joe Biden's run for president, that makes him absolved of all possible wrongdoing he's ever done? You can't call him on that ever because he's running for president? That's retarded. That's stupid. That is not a way we need to run things, period. I mean, come on. Donald Trump was running in 2016, didn't stop Hillary Clinton and the Obama administration from investigating him and doing this, that, and the other, did it? No. But considering that doesn't fit the narrative that the mainstream media and the Democrats want you to hear, we're just going to sweep that under the rug. It's complete nonsense. Trump was joined by President Mike Pence, who had a separate schedule of appearances in the state Trump is trying to tip his way next year. Trump praised police officers during his rally. USA Today reported that Minneapolis police were not allowed to attend the rally in their uniforms, so they wore Cops for Trump t-shirts. Yep, and the main cop guy that got the t-shirt started actually got to get on stage with the president and say a few words. It was awesome because in reality, and I've had some commenters say the Republicans and the Democrats, all they're trying to do is divide. That's not actually true. It's not true. Republicans, we want the nation to actually come together. We can't help that there is a mental portion that are out of their minds and will not, no matter what, come together with us. We've tried numerous times to debate and talk. They don't want to. They don't want to. They want everything. They want to take everything by force. It has nothing to do with Republicans and Democrats not liking each other. I like Democrats. I don't like their policies, but as people, I have no problem with them. None at all. I think they're a little wacky, but I generally keep that to myself. If I'm sitting there talking to a Democrat and he's being wacky, I'll keep it to myself. I'm not going to make a scene. That's not division. That's not me trying to cause division. There's only one side trying to cause division in that situation. But, like I'm saying, the left, the more we see instances like this leading up to 2020, all it is going to do, moderates are going to see this. The most important section of voters for both the left and the right this election cycle is the moderates. moderate conservatives and moderate liberals. When they see people like Antifa and regular leftists who are practically arm in arm in support with Antifa at these riotous like events, yeah, the moderates and centrists are going to see that and be like, well, I don't want to be part of anything those people are part of. They're out of their minds. They're crazy. Yeah, they are. They've lost it. Something inside of them has snapped for no real reason. All this, everyone, the media says, oh, this is a manufactured crisis. This is a manufactured crisis. What we're seeing in America right now is a manufactured crisis. It's been manufactured by everybody. There is no real crisis in this country. It's all just made up. But because some people believe it, it's starting to manifest itself as a real problem. It's sad, but it ain't gonna make the left look any better. That's for sure. I'd love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.